Christopher J. McCandless, known by the pseudonym he adopted, Alexander Supertramp, remains one of the modern era's most polarizing adventurers. His fateful journey into the Alaskan wilderness and his tragic death have inspired countless individuals to reflect on their own lives and values. To some, McCandless is seen as a visionary transcendentalist who courageously rejected societal expectations in pursuit of deeper purpose. To others, he is viewed as an overly idealistic figure whose choices brought deep sorrow to his family. Tragically, his quest for meaning culminated in his untimely death in 1992, when he succumbed to starvation after months of solitude. Born on the 12th of February, 1968, in Inglewood, California, Christopher McCandless grew up in a turbulent household. His sister, Corinne McCandless, illuminated their challenging upbringing in her book, The Wild Truth, revealing a family dynamic marred by alleged verbal and physical abuse. Christopher and Corinne, along with their 6 half-siblings, reportedly lived under the volatile presence of their father, Walt McCandless, whose struggles with alcoholism often exacerbated the tension in the home, while their mother, Billy McCandless, contributed to the toxic atmosphere. Walt, a NASA rocket scientist, uprooted the family frequently due to his job, eventually settling them in Virginia long enough for Christopher and Corinne to complete their high school years. From an early age, Christopher exhibited a profound fascination with the natural world and human history, fueled by the family's outdoor activities and his fervent interest in literature. In 1990, he graduated from Emory University in Atlanta, Georgia, with a double major in anthropology and history. Corinne attributed her brother's longing to escape societal constraints to their fraught childhood, and his admiration for literary works by authors such as Jack London, particularly The Call of the Wild. In the summer following his graduation in 1990, McCandless left Virginia in his battered Datsun, embarking on a meandering journey westward to California. The trip was precarious, his car's worsening condition, coupled with expired registration plates and a lack of insurance, only added to the uncertainty. Later that summer, a flash flood at the Lake Mead National Recreation Area in Nevada rendered the vehicle unusable. Faced with possible legal consequences, McCandless removed the license plates, salvaged whatever he could, and abandoned the car, choosing to carry on by foot. From there, he hitchhiked into the Sierra Nevada mountains, where he survived by scavenging food, supplies, and money, reportedly even breaking into an unoccupied cabin during his time there. Through the winter of 1990 and into the early months of 1991, he lived precariously, making camp with other wanderers in the Sierra Nevada region and subsisting on sparsely available resources. At one point, he briefly attempted contact with his family, but soon resumed his life of extreme independence, eventually finding his way to Carthage, South Dakota. In Carthage, McCandless worked a series of odd jobs, formed transient relationships with locals, and moved frequently, echoing his pattern of impermanent connections and itinerant existence. In April 1992, restless for a fresh challenge, McCandless turned his attention northward to Alaska, a wilderness he had long romanticized as the ultimate escapeus if the unspoiled frontier would offer him resolution. Hitchhiking over 3,000 miles from Carthage, South Dakota to Fairbanks, Alaska, McCandless passed through Canadian provinces such as Saskatchewan, Alberta, British Columbia, and Yukon. His goal was an ambitious one: to traverse Denali National Park and live off the land. Many who encountered McCandless described him as somewhat aloof and mistrustful of others. Clad in worn garments and carrying a visibly overstuffed backpack, he often avoided disclosing his real name, adopting an enigmatic persona that left some witnesses unsettled. On the 28th of April, 1992, a local electrician named Jim Gallion gave McCandless a ride from Fairbanks to the head of the Stampede Trail near Healy, Alaska. Gallion, who was the last person to see him alive, expressed deep concerns over McCandless's scant supplies and apparent lack of wilderness experience. McCandless introduced himself as Alex and explained his plans to immerse himself in the Alaskan backcountry. By the end of the ride, Gallion was unconvinced that McCandless fully understood the dangers awaiting him. Setting out on the snow-covered trail, McCandless eventually stumbled upon an old bus, abandoned decades earlier by roadworkers. The vehicle, later dubbed the Magic Bus, became his base of operations, nestled in an overgrown expanse of the trail roughly 28 miles west of Healy. Armed with limited supplies, 9.9 pounds, 4.5 kilograms, of rice, a .2 .22 caliber Remington nylon, 66 rifle with 400 rounds of ammunition, a book on edible plants, minimal camping equipment, and a few personal items, McCandless endeavored to survive off the land. For the first weeks, his journal entries and self-portraits document a mix of resilience and struggle. He foraged for plants and hunted small game, including porcupines, squirrels, and ptarmigans. On the 9th of June, 1992, McCandless successfully shot a musea feat both triumphant and devastating, as his limited skills in food preservation caused most of the meat to spoil rapidly. In his notes, he called it one of the greatest tragedies of his life. After over 100 days in isolation, McCandless attempted to leave the wilderness in July, but found himself trapped. The once passable Teclonica River had swollen with summer melt from the Cantwell Glacier, barring his escape. Desperate, he retreated to the bus, where he posted a heartfelt SOS note, pleading for help. "Attention possible visitors. SOS, I need your help. I am injured, near death, and too weak to hike out of here. I am all alone. This is no joke. In the name of God, please remain to save me. I am out collecting berries close by and shall return this evening. Thank you, Chris McCandless." By late summer, McCandless's condition worsened. His final journal entry, dated day 107, read simply, "Beautiful blue berries." Entries for the following days dwindled to mere slashes. On day 113, he made no entry at all. In one of his last acts, McCandless took a photograph of himself, visibly frail yet smiling, holding a note that read, "I have had a happy life, and thank the Lord. Goodbye, and may God bless all." On the 6th of September, 1992, a hunter seeking temporary shelter stumbled upon the bus and discovered McCandless's remains. Weighing just 67 pounds, 30 kilograms, he had died of starvation weeks earlier. The details surrounding his death remain a point of debate. In Into the Wild, 1996, John Krakauer posited that McCandless may have succumbed to a combination of factors, including rabbit starvation, protein poisoning, or ingestion of toxic alkaloids from sweet vetch seeds. Later theories suggested paralysis caused by lathyrism, which would have impaired his mobility. Over the years, the Magic Bus became a pilgrimage site for admirers of McCandless's story, drawing global visitors inspired by his ideals or haunted by his demise. His life was chronicled in Krakauer's book, which was adapted into a critically acclaimed 2007 film, ensuring his legacy endures as a subject of both fascination and controversy. If you enjoyed this video, please consider giving it a thumbs up and subscribing to our channel for more content. Also, don't forget to share this video with your friends. We appreciate your support. Bye.